so today we're gonna talk about comic books with this guy called Phoenix. Or maybe not. Sorry, Phoenix, this is not your video. So like I told you, today we're gonna be talking about comics. And I have actually a lot of, 3 comics I made. So I'm gonna show you all of them. Well, really, yeah, I'm gonna show you all of them. And also an extra one at the end. So the first one I'm going to show you is the first one I've ever made. 2 of the comic books I've ever made is from a series I made. And the other one, I just made it for fun yesterday, actually. So let's go on the first one. Okay, so this is a boy. And yeah, this one is the boy cat. And this one is the girl one. And she's running after him the whole day. And that's the end. So that was the first comic book I've ever made, and now I'm going to show you the whole pages. So that was the first comic book I've ever made, and it was the first one of the series I made. And it is pretty weird, you can see. And after I show the other one from the series, I'm going to show you what it's based on, so you know what it is. Okay, now I'm going to show you the second comic I made. So this one is the boy one, and this is a cat catcher. Yeah, that's a cat catcher. And for some reason he has a sword. And the cat catcher caught his sword. Then she's just walking along, the girl, and then she sees what's happening and protects the boy. And it's like, Gah. And Catcatcher's scared of him first for some reason. And then, yeah, pretty much the same ending. So, yeah, that was the second one of the series. Now I'm going to show you the whole pages. So that was the second one of the series, and it's the only series I've ever made. And I actually just made 3 comic books. Well, 2 comic books until yesterday, when I made another one. And actually, the first 2 comic books I've ever made are based by Puka, something I really liked when I was a kid. When I mean I was a kid, I mean like 1 year passed away. Because really, it was just, yeah, I'm still small, okay? So, yeah. So Puka is pretty much the girl in the comic book, and the other one's supposed to be called Geru, so yeah, it's still the same thing. And I invented a magic animal about those 2, and it's called Gold Kitty, and my favorite Gold Kitty was Gold Kitty Animatist, so I just made a comic book about them as Gold Kitties. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, now I'm going to tell you the whole story of how I made the 3rd comic book I've ever made. Okay, let's start. So I was just cleaning my room because everything was on the floor. I don't know how that happened. So I was just cleaning my room and also just being bored. And also there was like this big pile of things right on front I needed to put back in my cupboard, but I didn't do. And at the same time I'm doing this video, well, now my mom cleaned it, but yeah, I was supposed to do it. And also, he's still here. So yeah, let's back to the story. So I was just bored, and then I saw my comic books were just on the floor, because that was what I was supposed to do, just put everything back. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna put them back. And then I realized how fun it was that I made the comic books. And then suddenly my brother came in, and I was like, hey, do you want to make some comic books with me? And he was like, okay. And we just go out and make comic books together. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's the story of how I made the second comic book. So I guess now I need to show you the second comic book. It's pretty crazy, and it doesn't have all of the colors because I didn't actually finish coloring it, and I don't think I ever will. So I'm just gonna show you. Rawr. Well, that was easy. Rawr. Why aren't you scared of me? And I just like whatever and run away. And then she just came in and she's like, "Yay, Mama, you saved me!" And he's just like, "Let's go see that thing, okay?" And now it's back to where I am. He's like, "Rah!" He just comes back like, I'm like, what in the world? And he's just like, I just make my shield so that he doesn't attack me, and we're just like, boat. And he tries to attack me like, it stumps off of my shield. And I'm like, I'm stronger than you, dude. And I'm like, he's like, what? Oh my god, that's the funniest comic I've ever made. Funniest thing ever. It's so funny. I really, really, really like it. And now I'm going to show you both of, well, I actually made the characters inside, so you know what name is the characters. Well, you know my name is Amelie. Well, not in real life, but my character is Amelie Cat, so I just put it me instead of Amelie Cat. So, yeah, that was a pretty weird comic. Yeah, really, really weird. But you remember in the story when I told you my brother was here? We literally all made comic books. And my other brother decided to come here and do some too. So we all made comic books. And yeah, we all made some. So now I'm going to show you the ones that my brother made. Because I have two brothers and they both made one. So I'm going to show you both of them. And they both don't make any sense. So I'm going to tell you what it is in the long. So this one is Albert's one. And this one, wait, where's the comic book? Oh yeah, we lost it. For some reason, he just put it somewhere and he completely forgot. And he said it was there, but it wasn't there, so we kind of don't know what we're supposed to do with it. So anyways, this one was made by William. So now I think I'm just going to show you what the Albert's one is actually supposed to be, because it doesn't make any sense when you just look at it, but and also he can't write, so he has no idea how to put the words, so I'm just going to show you myself. Okay, so this is an animal, he says. I think it's a cat because it really looks like a cat. And he's just walking along and having some fun, and then an enemy comes in. He tries to attack it, and then just more enemies come in, and then he all attacks them, and he says that he said, well, that was easy. And then he's just like another enemy that's super big. I think that's like a power or something. That's just weird. I don't know what it is. But he attacks the enemy, and he says, well, that was easy too. I have no idea what that was. Okay, it's super weird, but he told me that was exactly what it was. So, and he's really young, okay? He's really young. That's actually really, really good for someone like him, because he's really young, and my other brother, the one that he made, was even crazier. So, yeah. And now you know what I will do? I'll do something even crazy. I'll make his comic book back to my version, like in my version. I'm gonna make his comic book, but on like my things. So see if that's possible. So I'm gonna come back when I finish doing it. Okay, now I remade the comic book of his comic book. So I'm gonna show it to you. So like the thing, there's the cat, and then there's an enemy. And then he attacks the enemy, but then there's more enemies. And then he attacks the enemies and they all fall down. And he says, that was easy. And then he's just walking along again, and then there's another enemy. And he just attacks him. It's like, that was easy too. And yeah, pretty much. And I just added this scene because it's funny. It's really, 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 really funny. I made a joke out of this thing. And also, it's pretty much the end of the video now, guys. I hope you enjoyed, even if it was super, super, super weird and not sense-making. But I still hope you enjoyed. And also, Phoenix, you need to say bye. Bye, bye. Okay, now it's the end of the video for real because it's really weird, okay? Please like and subscribe. Bye, guys.